one thing that we can't stand here on the Wrestling Rundown. It's when something is posted late.
Sons of bitches.
It's hard to say that with a straight face.
Yeah, it's true.
So, we're here to do the midweek wrap-up.
We are.
As per usual.
We're trying.
As what normally comes out on your Thursdays. On the YouTubes. But main event didn't come out in time to make the cut. We don't know what happened.
There's a good chance it's Hulu's fault because Hulu is just fucking everything up right now.
We didn't want to wait. Because main event's usually not that special anyways. So we're going to skip it. So welcome to perhaps what might be the first ever edition of the NXT wrap-up.
Yeah. But before we get to NXT, some other awesome midweek news got dropped today. The trailer for Lucha Underground Season 3 was dropped. I'll post a link down in the description for that. Got some new faces in there. We got Pentagon Dark. We've got AR Fox was in it. We know that Sami Callihan and Candice LeRae will be in part of Season 3. So lots of stuff to look forward to. It debuts on Wednesday, September 7th. So Lucha Underground, right around the corner. Going to be back on the midweek wrap-up.
A lot faster than Season 2 came back.
Yes, because Season 3 is already done.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about NXT, because we're just a couple weeks away from TakeOver.
We are on the way.
We had a lot of the card get put together on this particular show.
Huge chunk of it.
Yeah. So, we opened with Bobby Roode getting some news. He was in the office with William Regal. It wasn't until later that we found out what that news was. I guess we can just go ahead and skip right to that. We had Andrade and Almas take on Angelo Dawkins in a match. Beat him pretty significantly because Angelo Dawkins just doesn't really do much on NXT. He did debut a new finisher, his Hammerlock DDT.
Yeah.
After hitting the running knees in the corner.
It's such a better finisher than the running knees in the corner.
Yeah, running knees is just, it's a very elementary move. Like, everybody can kind of do something like that. It's not super special and doesn't...
Yeah, and for him, I think he really lacks the intensity to make it look like a finishing move.
Well,
Ciampa does a running knee in the corner.
Yeah.
As like a big finisher. So does Delirious, the panic attack.
True.
But like, Almas just... When he does it, it just doesn't look like... It doesn't look like it has finishing power.
The first time he did it to Ty Dillinger, when he debuted, it was good. But it seemed like it got less and less over the course of the next two matches he had. And then it was a good thing that he followed it up in this one because he had even less impact on this one. But while he's celebrating his win, things got a little more glorious on NXT as Bobby Roode would make his way down and...
Bobby Roode!
Yeah. And he talked about how, CN's win was alright. It was good. But we got TakeOver coming up, and as there's a word that TakeOver needs to be. TakeOver is always good, but this one needs to be. What's the word?
Spaghetti.
No.
Diamond-rific.
No.
Classical.
NXT TakeOver needs to be glorious.
Like a block of Manchego cheese.
And we found out that Bobby Roode will actually be taking on Andrade Cien Almas at TakeOver.
And both men seem to actually be excited at the prospect of this match.
I'm excited at the prospect of this match. We haven't really got to see too much out of Andrade, and this will be Bobby Roode's in-ring debut on NXT, obviously. We watched enough TNA to know that Bobby Roode is awesome.
Wait, he was from TNA?
Yeah. I remember Team Canada way back in the day.
Yeah. The guy, he had longer hair back then.
Yeah, he didn't do much after. Well, no, he teamed with James Storm that one time. That other NXT guy that was around for like a second.
Cowboy dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Not much else after that. But back to the beginning of the show, we had the contract signing between Bayley and Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship match. Bayley with some attitude.
I like it.
She was not fucking around. Like, she wanted nothing but business to get done in this contract signing. And, Asuka is Asuka's not necessarily arrogant. She's confident because she knows what she's capable of. She knows what she's done since she's been champion, and she beat Bayley for the championship. So she's not taking this. She's taking this a little more lightly than Bayley wanted to, and Bayley was just up in her face. Like she tried to shake Bayley's hand.
And Bayley's like, no, you better just take the hand and sign the contract with it, because I don't want to shake your hand right now.
Yeah, no, she was.
I want to give you some tood.
Yeah, and so Asuka signed it, and they stared each other down a little bit, and then Asuka went for the handshake again, and Bayley shoved the hand out of the way and shoulder checked her, and started to walk out of the ring, and then Bayley kind of got the stare down again from Asuka, so she decided to get back in the ring, get back up in Asuka's face, and then it was
she's trying to prove that Asuka does not scare her.
The Asuka mystique is done. It doesn't work on Bayley anymore. So Bayley is
maybe it should a little bit though.
It might help her a little bit to just be a little scared, just so she's a little wary. That might be Bayley's downfall to Takeover.
Too confident, too aggressive. You might fail that way.
That's how Ronda Rousey lost the title.
Yeah. So, but I was digging it though. Every second of Bayley's.
It's good to see. Bayley's always the fun, lovable character. It's good to see her just stand up for herself and be like, no, fuck you. This is what we're gonna do. It's a good look on Bayley.
She needs to get new ring attire to match.
Don't degrade Bayley that way. She can still dress innocent even if she's a little bit more of a bitch.
Alright, that just makes it even more taboo.
You don't know what she's hiding. We had a tag team match where the Authors of Pain destroyed Ryzen and Nails. I think they went against them a couple weeks ago. We know Ryzen and Nails got beat a couple weeks ago. We're not sure who it was against.
But they got beat again.
Yeah.
Not a surprise.
Pretty viciously. They ended up losing by getting powerbombed back to back, and then
Powerbomb Witch.
Yeah, Powerbomb Witch, and then 2 powerbombs, and then
Ryzen took the Russian leg sweep clothesline combo.
This one was the best one they've done. It had a lot of really good impact on it. And then they looked to take out Nails, continue the beatdown, but TM61 wasn't going to be playing that shit, so they came down, tried to stop it, and TM61 ended up getting the boots put to them by the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, one got a powerbomb.
Yeah, Nick Miller ended up getting the powerbomb, and then Thorne ended up getting a boot into a 360 sidewalk slam. So, which was the move that they were trying to do against American Alpha, and Alpha wouldn't let him do it. So, I think we're building something here. It'll be interesting to see TM61 go against big burly team like the Authors of Pain.
When they went out there and looked, like, it was kind of cool to see because TM61, they're fast and agile guys, but they're not that small.
No, they're tall.
Like, they came out and they were the closest thing that the Authors of Pain have had to somebody close to their size.
Yeah.
Because they are tall and they have long arms and long legs.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting matchup there. And we heard Joe talk last week about how he was going to destroy Shinsuke at TakeOver and all this stuff. So Shinsuke was doing an interview, and she was asking what she thinks or what he thinks about Samoa Joe and what he said.
The potential that he might show up and attack him.
Yeah, and Shinsuke's like, well, I'm not hard to find, but maybe I'll find Joe first.
It's like, I'll find Joe when I want to.
Yeah.
And I started looking for him.
Yeah.
Joe. Shinsuke got great backstage segments.
He's hilarious. It gets better. It gets better. We still got the end to talk about. We had William Regal also having a conversation with Austin Aries. Austin Aries bringing up the fact that he doesn't have a match for TakeOver.
Yeah, and you can't have a glorious TakeOver without the greatest man alive.
Exactly. So, William Regal being like, well, you have been doing something the last couple weeks. You know what? We're going to put you against No Way Jose. And he's like, He's like, William Regal says, well, you've been avoiding him, and you've been.
Oh, so he's like, no, I've been ignoring him.
Yeah, because he's not on my level. But Austin Aries takes it, so now we officially have No Way Jose versus Austin Aries at NXT Takeover. Then we had a women's match as Billie Kay looked to keep her rise on the NXT roster. She took on Liv Morgan. This was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I like that both these ladies are really taking the open spots on the roster. And, especially Billie Kay making a name for herself after the really good win she had. Was it last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago against Santana Garrett.
Right. Another great win for her, though Liv Morgan looked really good in this match, too. The only real botch was the attempt at the monkey flip, but Billie Kay's just too damn tall and got stuck.
So leggy.
She got stuck under the ropes, but still was able to make it over.
LFD.
Legs for days. And then Liv Morgan tried to do a really cool,
spin wheel kick,
and Billie Kay ducked out of the way and then hit her with a big old boot, and Billie Kay picked up another win. Then, as we're keeping these NXT Takeover matches rolling, William Regal made it official that the Revival will defend the NXT Tag Team titles against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So
Psycho Wrestling is going to come out to
Psycho Wrestling. Fuck
get the
yeah.
Revival.
That's way better than Johnny Killer.
Yeah, because that just that makes it sound like they're not really a team.
No, but they were a team because
Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, the Johnny Killer.
That's what
Johnny just doesn't come out anymore.
Yeah, that's when Tommaso turns heel.
Tommaso just starts coming out and doing handicap matches.
But they would have a tag team match up next as they took on Tucker Knight and Patrick Clark. Patrick Clark and Tucker Knight didn't mess around though. They had, especially Tucker Knight. Tucker Knight he's a big dude. And he moves real fast for how big he is.
Yeah, and I didn't realize if these were the same tights that Patrick Clark were wearing.
Yes.
When he went against Austin Aries, I didn't realize he has his own face airbrushed on the tights.
And he's crying.
Yeah.
He's
very patriotic.
Yeah, he is.
He loves his country a lot.
Yeah. Though, despite the patriotism and the athleticism on this team, it wasn't enough to defeat Gargano and Ciampa, as Clark would get taken out.
Too much momentum rolling.
Clark would eat a knee from Ciampa. Then Ciampa would not only knee Tucker Knight, but tag in Johnny Gargano. They'd hit the knee and a super kick combo and pick up the win over the Job Squad 2.0. And then in the main event, as a result of what happened last week, Samoa Joe took on Kevin Hawk's favorite wrestler in Mojo Rawley in the main event.
Why do you have to say such hurtful things?
Because it's funny and I like the reaction that I get.
Go ahead, talk about the match.
Samoa Joe kicked the shit out of Mojo Rawley.
It's not entirely true. Mojo spent the first half of the match holding his own against Joe.
So you paid more attention to the match than I did.
Probably.
Because you just wanted to see Mojo get his ass kicked.
I watched on bated breath with such anticipation, edge of my seat, waiting for Samoa Joe to smack the shit out of Mojo Rawley. Mojo started
Mojo did
so fast.
Yeah.
Barraging him in the corner. It
was actually the best wrestling I've seen Mojo do.
Yeah.
It was...
Not that it's living up to high standards.
It's still very basic wrestling, but it was more... It seemed more real than anything Mojo has ever done.
Yeah, he cut a weird promo before the match, too, about... That's the second time some 900-pound guys attacked him.
And we think that might be a reference to Bull Dempsey, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
If you can think of another heavy-set wrestler that went against Mojo Rawley in NXT, let us know in the comments.
Think of another heavy-set wrestler in NXT?
Tucker Knight.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
I don't think so either. Mojo...
He's just big bone.
Mojo ran it for most of it, but like most people, when they get Joe in the corner, they think it's a good idea to run at him. And then they
jump.
Yeah, and then they get caught with the ST Joe, and they get slammed real hard, and then Joe's like, I don't fucking like you anymore, and then puts in the cookie to clutch and makes him tap out.
Yeah, this one he yelled Nakamura right as he locked in the Coquina clutch.
That's been
Trying
his
to make
thing.
his sign.
He did that when he was chasing Balor for the championship too. So when
He wants to make people think about
when
it.
Samoa Joe knows who he wants to beat the shit out of, you don't want to face him because then you become that person.
Yeah, and so Mojo taps out.
Yep.
And then the match is over.
Mhm.
And then Joe puts the Coquina clutch back on Mojo,
Mhm.
which was my favorite part of the match.
Yeah. Referee's trying to get Joe off of Mojo. Then Shinsuke's music hits, and as he starts, sauntering down to the ring, they don't even let him get to the ring before security and referees just start running down to the ring.
Yeah.
And they immediately get between, but Nakamura's just kind of taking his time. He's not getting super involved. He's making his way down, but Joe is in like a frenzy.
Yeah.
And so there's just this group of security guards
There's
huddled
about 10
around
guys
Joe,
holding Samoa Joe.
just holding Joe back.
And one referee going, Shinsuke, don't.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not doing anything. He's just kind of like dancing around, and then he's like kind of
Does some of these.
yeah. He's like trying to get Joe to come at him, and then he's like, and then he got his nose.
They just switched over and grabbed Joe's nose.
And the crowd
Started
chanted.
a got his nose chant.
The crowd chanted, "Got his nose." And then I think he slapped him.
Yeah, then he walked up and he did slap, he dork smacked him. He literally just cowed him on the face.
So we end NXT with Shinsuke just fucking with Samoa Joe, and Joe just in this sea of black polo shirts, just raging and
seething, literally foaming at the
he's
mouth.
so mad. Oh my god,
He
they are
didn't
going.
even look like a Samoan. He was pink.
Yeah, no, they are going.
He
to...
looked like a Jigglypuff.
They're gonna kick the shit out of each other at NXT
It's gonna be so
Takeover.
fun.
It's gonna be good.
It's 2 weeks away, right before SummerSlam.
Yeah, so next week, next week's NXT, I think we might do an NXT review plus Takeover predictions. So you get a double feature as far as NXT is concerned. That
Double
next
creature feature.
Yeah, but that's it for the NXT wrap up.
Yeah, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Be sure to click all the links down in the description. Takes you all the social medias.
All of them social medias.
And for those of you that don't want to watch the videos, it also takes you to the podcast. For those of you that are listening to the podcast, check out the link in your description because you can come over here to the YouTube show and you get all the extra videos that we put out.
Yeah, all the exclusive videos that we don't do on the SoundCloud. I mean, on the SoundCloud, we hit indie news, Raw review, SmackDown rundown, and midweek wrap-up. Anything else that comes onto the YouTube channel is YouTube exclusive.
Yep.
So that's talking about up until the next 5 weeks still of Cruiserweight Classic reviews.
Yep.
And this month's top 5.
Yep.
That's Travis's top 5 for the month of July.
It is
That'll be
indeed.
next month's August top 5 for my picks.
Yep.
And anything else, the prediction videos for the pay-per-views, the reviews for the
the
pay-per-views.
pay-per-view reviews. So.
All YouTube exclusive. So if you're not subscribed and you're just listening on the SoundCloud, bring it over to the YouTube. Subscribe so you can watch all of those videos.
And you can find them all up in the playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Mojo Rawley.
Don't worry, Samoa Joe did that for you.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I like you.